Whilst the January transfer window is still a little bit away, there has been a lot of talk on just who the Hoops could sign this winter. In today's video we will discuss it whilst also going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Celtic content. Celtic manager Brendan Rodgers expressed a mix of relief and concern following his side's narrow victory over St Mirren. While he praised the team's overall performance and lauded striker Hyungo Oi for his decisive late goal, Rodgers identified a significant area where the Hoops need to sharpen up: penalty kicks. Celtic have now missed 2 penalties in a row, and the one before that just about snuck in against Livingston. Hatate missed against Hearts and Turnbull missed on Wednesday at Parkhead. In a post-match reflection, Rodgers acknowledged the grit and perseverance his team displayed, but did not shy away from highlighting the missed opportunities, especially from the penalty spot. The Hoops boss pointed out the inability to convert penalties into goals is becoming a problematic trend for his squad. He said, "There's obviously going to be moments, but in the main we kept going. Should have been in front, we missed a penalty. And it's something that as a team we have to be better in, because as a team we missed too many penalties. Having no recognised penalty taker isn't ideal, with various members of the common starting 11 having taken a few spot kicks in the last few years. There is a 100% chance that Celtic will sign a left back and a centre back in January. Speaking exclusively to Football Insider, former Hoops striker Frank McAvenny insisted there needs to be additions in January to improve the depth in the squad. The Celts made several new additions this summer, including 2 permanent centre backs, as well as Liverpool's Nat Phillips, who joined on loan until January, after injuries to Cameron Carter-Vickers and Mike Nowocki. Paulo Bernardo joined on loan from Benfica, and Luis Palma completed a permanent move to Parkhead in the summer. Although the Glasgow Giants have been dominating domestically so far this season, their European results have been underwhelming. The Hoops are currently bottom of their Champions League group with just 1 point from their opening 3 games, thanks to a 2-2 draw with Atletico Madrid. Brendan Rodgers brought on Nat Phillips and switched to a back 3 following Atletico's second equaliser, taking off Luis Palma, and then added James Forrest to the attacking line. When asked if the lack of difference makers will push Celtic to dip into the winter window for more options, McAvenny told Football Insider 100%. They should have been in before now. No disrespect to any of the players like Greg Taylor or Anthony Ralston, but I think we need a good left back, one that can defend as well as go forward. I think if Nowocki comes in and does not come in and hit the ground running, then we need a new centre-half. Phillips is going back in January, so I think a centre-half and a left-back at the very least. Following this, Brendan Rodgers has made it clearer than ever that he is looking to sign quality first-team ready players over the next 2 Celtic transfer windows. The boys were busy in the summer transfer market, signing 9 players in total. However, many of them arrived with the intention of developing over time, and few have staked claim to be a regular in Rodgers' starting 11. The Celtic manager is looking to address that quickly, and has again reiterated he will be using the January transfer window for that purpose, as well as trimming the squad to get rid of players who aren't featuring in his plans. Rodgers said, "Listen, we have enough, what I would say development players. I think it is clear, and I love that. It is what I've done all my life, is work with those players. But you certainly need ones that can come in and play immediately. We already have a number of those development players, so it is genuine quality we hope we can bring in across this coming windows. It is more quality than quantity for me. I think there'll be more out than coming in. I think there'll be more players who will be here for 6 months and won't have played. Like I've said before, it is no fault of them. The squad is obviously a lot bigger than I would want, so I think there'll be more players who will look to go out and get more game time, and of course, hopefully over the coming windows we can look to improve the quality of the squad. It will be really interesting to see what kind of players the boys move for in January. There are long-term concerns about goalkeeping and left-back positions, while genuine competition in attacking areas wouldn't go amiss either. The messaging from Rodgers is positive, but supporters really need to see the club deliver on what is being said. It's all well and good stating you are seeking quality, but if it never arrives it can be frustrating. Fans have provided the club with enormous resources relative to the rest of Scottish football, and they want to see better players landing in Glasgow. David Turnbull showcases undeniable talent with a stunning goal that breathed life into Celtic's game against St Mirren, reminding everyone his worth. The Celtic star returned triumphantly to Brendan Rodgers' squad, marking his first appearance since September the 16th by nullifying Conor McManaman's initial goal for the Saints. But rather than basking in the glory of his cracker of a goal in front of the Celtic faithful, Turnbull chose a symbolic gesture. He placed his fingers in his ears, perhaps indicating he was blocking out his doubters who were in the stands. Turnbull, who's 24, maintained a stoic expression during the goal celebration. The Parkhead crowd showered him with appreciation when he made way for match winner Huango Oy later in the game. After facing challenges and establishing himself consistently under Ange Postecoglou, the Scottish international seemed to find favour with Rodgers at the start of the season. His stellar performance against Ross County was a testament to that. However, consistency as well as game time has eluded him since. With his contract ending next summer, there's speculation about Turnbull's next move. While he might be contemplating his future away from the Scottish champions, it's evident that he still has a lot to offer, whether at Celtic or elsewhere. Would you like to see David sign a new deal, yes or no? In the midst of the persistent turmoil in Gaza, an unexpected voice has emerged from the Israeli national side, with manager Alon Hazan speaking about Celtic player Lila Barda. Hazan's comments, however, have stirred controversy and necessitated an unequivocal response from Celtic. Abada has found himself at the centre of Grant's uncorroborated claims. Hazan has called upon Celtic's management to issue a condemnation against their own fans, accusing them of anti-Semitism. He said, he demanded Celtic's management to issue a condemnation against their own fans, who are known to be anti-Semitic, even though there were many Israeli players who played for the club. This is a brave accusation and one that cannot be taken lightly, especially given its potential to tarnish the reputation of Celtic's passionate and diverse fan base. Celtic's history boasts a rich group of players from various nationalities, including numerous Israelis who have proudly worn the green and white. To suggest that Celtic fans are anti-Semitic is not just unfounded, it's a direct affront to the club's inclusive ethos. This is not a matter of mere optics or brand management, this is about the very values that Celtic stands for. The club has a long-standing tradition of fighting against all forms of discrimination, and Grant's accusations put this legacy at risk. Celtic must not allow these baseless comments to go unchallenged. The responsibility now lies with the director of Celtic to take swift and decisive action. This is a moment that calls for leadership, not silence. The club must issue a strong, unequivocal statement refuting Grant's accusations and reaffirming their commitment to inclusivity and anti-discrimination. Failure to respond will not only damage Celtic's reputation but also betray the trust of the fans. The boardroom cannot afford to stay silent or be complacent in the face of such serious allegations. The ball indeed is in Celtic's court. The club must rise to the occasion, defend its name and show that it will not tolerate unfounded accusations. The time for action is now, and Celtic must take a stand, proving once again that this is a club that stands for equality, respect, and unyielding fight against discrimination. Celtic fans, what are your thoughts ahead of the January transfer window? How many additions do we need to make, and in which positions? Let me know down in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video, guys. Make sure you drop a like on this video, and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Remember, we have released our brand new Celtic t-shirts. We have a Brendan Rodgers Pope t-shirt and our Celtic Ultra t-shirts too. You can find them at celticpower.com or just go down to the link in the description. Thank you, take care, bye bye.